Picture this. It's your first day on the job. There's new sights, new sounds, new people, a new work environment, maybe a little bit of some jitters, but it doesn't matter. You're super excited to be a part of the team and on this new job. It's a new experience. So now let's fast forward to today. And it's the same old routine that we've been doing since that first day. We like our work, but it gets exhausting. And there's people that may be annoying, we don't get along with. Roadblocks pop up all the time. And how do you stay motivated through that? That's a lot, and it's exhausting. There's a lot of reasons why people experience unmotivation in their work. And it's a common experience to feel unmotivated, but it's not a positive and pleasant emotion and experience to have. So my name is Alia Renee, and I will be sharing with you today 7 tips to staying motivated. And you can use these tips in your work life, but you can also apply them to your personal life to help you have an overall peaceful, purposeful, and meaningful life. I'm going to share with you guys the 3 learning objectives for this video. At the completion of this video, you guys will be able to, 1, the learners can apply the 7 tips to staying motivated to their work and personal lives. 2, the learners will be able to recall the 7 tips to staying motivated after watching the video. And 3, the learners will be able to summarize each motivational tip, each 7 tip, after watching the video. Throughout the video, I will mention times when you should take a minute to pause the video and have reflection activities. I would like for you guys to find a piece of paper and a pen to jot down your ideas, or use a notes app on your phone where you can write down these brainstorming activities. And you can always reference these notes that you take to use in your life. They're going to be meaningful to you because I'm going to have you reflect on your own personal life and how you can apply these tips directly into your work and personal life. So make sure you keep them in a safe spot. We're going to get started and move on to the first tip, so let's get motivated.
The first tip of being motivated is to be positive. Life is 10% what happens to us and 90% how we react to it. This quote is very interesting and great to think about. There will always be someone or something throwing pebbles at your window, but the choice is yours. Do you collect the pebbles and use them to build a model castle, or do you break your own window and yell at the person throwing the pebbles? We can't control the circumstances, but we can control how we react and choose to resolve these issues. Another quote, "A negative mind will never give you a positive life," is one to ponder with. How can we be positive and content in our projects, ideas, and content when our mind is constantly negative and having harsh thoughts? What is inside will most likely be what comes outside. Think on the positive side. Keep positive outlooks and thoughts, and see how your mindset plays a role in your career. The more positive in the workplace, the easier it'll be to work together, be productive, and enjoy the tasks. So take out your piece of paper or your notes app and write down a work-related negative thought that's been on your mind recently. Then take this negative and write it as a positive that's associated with the negative. So here's an example. I could think, I'm never going to finish this project in enough time. So instead of thinking in that perspective, turn it into a positive like, I just finished my first mock-up design for flyer 1 out of 3. Pause the video and write out your positives. Walt Disney. He was an animator, creator, voiceover artist, producer, entrepreneur, and many more. His company and legacy still live on to this day, but he couldn't have done it alone. Disney stated, "Whatever we accomplish belongs to our entire group, a tribute to our combined effort." And no matter what line of work you're in, you have to work with others. They say teamwork makes the dream work, so include everybody. Talk to everyone and be involved, learning and gaining insight to what's going on with projects and updates. It's not just communication about projects, but strong communication builds strong relationships with colleagues and increases effective collaboration, and it helps you to gain understandings of your own perspectives and other points of view. If you work remotely, there's still lots of possibilities to communicate through emails, phone calls, and video conferences. Now, I would like you guys to brainstorm individually and use your pen and paper if needed or your device to decide what project or concept could use a group collaboration. Where could brainstorming and thinking critically and collaboratively help the project flourish? Think of 2 ideas where you can call a team meeting. Then, what's one positive that could come from working together with colleagues? Take some time to answer this brainstorming activity, and then we'll move on.
Let's be honest, work is hard. It's time consuming. There's a lot to do and so little time to get it done. So while we work for our companies, it's important to remember we work for ourselves as well. So it's very important to make sure you eat the right nutritious foods to fuel your body and make sure you're staying hydrated by drinking lots of water. Also make sure to get a great night's rest each and every night. When we take care of ourselves, we're going to be better at problem solving, coming up with ideas, and being creative. When we take care of ourselves properly, we'll be able to give our all to our company and to our job. So what I would like you guys to do is set aside 5 minutes to take care of you each and every day throughout the workday. So right now, if you need a minute, pause the video, but take out either your planner, calendar, or your phone if you have your planner on your phone, and set aside 5 minutes of time to take time for you. Maybe this is a time during the day when you can meditate, even if it's in your car in the parking lot. Take 5 minutes to go for a walk, to go and stretch, or just to do some breathing exercises. Take this time to refocus and resharpen your mindset and calm down and be able to handle the day with positivity, peacefulness, and mindfulness.
Don't let your ideas stay confined, but let your creativity burst outward. Tip number 4 is all about thinking creatively and being creative. No matter what job you're in, creativity is a leader and innovator for everything. Think about it. All the products and brands started out with a creative idea. Keep in mind that no ideas are bad ideas. They either fit this puzzle perfectly or they can get remolded into a perfect fit. And never be afraid to share your ideas, thoughts, and perspectives because it may be what the team needs to hear to brainstorm the impeccable design. Use your imagination and listen and look for inspiration all around you. Be aware of your sights, sounds, and items that with attention can inspire your new piece. Take a moment and pause the video to brainstorm and think about how you can incorporate tips 1, 2, and 4 together. If you need a little refresher, they are 1, being positive, 2, communicating, and 4, being creative. An example from my field is I'm always kind and positive to my colleagues when we brainstorm creative ideas together. No idea is a bad idea. So think to yourself, how can you be positive, collaborate, and be creative together as a group? Some advice that has stuck with me is, if you get writer's block while working, let your mind focus on your breathing. Tip number 5 is all about knowing when to take a step back, because sometimes spending too much time in one area can dry up the well. Frustration can arise, and it can be hard to brainstorm and get the creative juices flowing when you're just stuck. It's normal and it happens, but it will not get better if you start to worry about needing ideas instantly. Taking a short break to refocus will help to deepen our concentration and outlook for when we return. Our minds often become creative when we let them relax, and there are some research studies that are finding connections between falling asleep and sleeping and obtaining creative ideas and problem solving ideas. Great things do take time, so allow yourself the space and time to be creative and maybe take a nap, but for brainstorming purposes only. So, a question I want to ask you: how will you handle mental blocks on your next encounter at work? What are some steps that you can take to evaluate the stress and pressure and enhance creativity and positivity? Take a few minutes to reflect by yourself individually. Not everyone's work environment will look the same. For me, I work from home, but you guys might work in an office, out in the field, or on the road. The possibilities are endless. So make your space for you. Tip number 6 is organize. I have a set space in my home dedicated for my work. I have my laptop and my pens and paper and everything I need to give my all to my work when it's time. I can tell you, if my workspace is cluttered, so is my mind. It's just so hard to concentrate and focus when there's so much to be done around me. And cleaning up the workstation is vital to be able to not only have space for you to work, but space for ideas to grow, flow, and develop. Keeping your workspace organized is a huge key to feeling motivated and positive. If you travel or you're out in the field, keeping your car environment clean or even putting organizers in your glove box or in your back seat is a great tip. Here's an extra bonus tip too. The same goes for your home. Be creative. Just consider your work environment, your day-to-day tasks, and what works best for you and the job you're doing. Just keep things neat and tidy so you can stay on task. So, for this activity, reflect on your work environment. What's one thing that you can do to organize your workspace? How will you keep yourself organized day after day? Write a reflection on your paper or your note app.
And finally, tip number 7 is to remember why you started. Think back, why did you pick the position that you're in today in the career field? I love my career because I get to help people and be creative. Think back to why you chose the career that you're in today. What interests you? What gave it that spark? What made you attract to it? Think about that. Maybe write a list of all the reasons why you chose the career that you're in today and why you fell in love with it. Post that on your office wall, and if at any time you feel overwhelmed or unmotivated throughout the day, take a deep breath and read that list. Think, yeah, that's why I started, because I get to be creative. It'll help get you energized and enthusiastic about the work you're doing and kind of give you that little refresher of, hey, this is why I'm doing this. Also, you'll remember why you started, and not only will it make you happy and feel fulfilled in your career, but that positive energy will rub off on others. And when you're happy and positive in your career field because you're fulfilled with the work you're doing, others will pick up on that energy and be happy and enthusiastic as well. So we're spreading that positivity all over the workplace, which is a win-win. And that concludes all the 7 tips of staying motivated in your career and also in the workplace. In conclusion, moving forward, let's work on incorporating these 7 tips not only into our work life, but also into our personal lifestyle. And there, we'll be able to have a more productive, fun, and engaging lifestyle. What I would like you guys to do is write a 2-paragraph paper that you will submit to me by email. This paper will include 1, tell me what the 7 steps to staying and being motivated are and explain their importance. And in the second paragraph, 2, I would like you guys to include how you're going to utilize and incorporate these tips into your lifestyle. And make sure you provide specific examples of how you're going to apply them into your work and personal lives. This paper is due to me by email. You can also get my email on Pilot, but please email me this assignment by Friday, June 25th, 2021 at 11:59 p.m. You can find my email on Pilot, and if you have any questions, you can email me as well. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Alia Renee, and let's work to have peacefulness, positivity, and harmony in our workspace and home place. Thank you so very, very much.